Hello. Hello, happy Wednesday. Welcome in, Crow and G. How's it going? Yeah, I see you guys have crowns. I guess you have XP now. This is news to me. Don't know what this change is. I don't even know where this came from. But yeah, welcome in. Glad you guys could be here. How's it going? Can you guys hear the music? Because I want to make sure. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Make sure that's actually working. But yeah, welcome in. We're going to be working on the storage room some more today. I'm very excited to get some work done. We did some planning a couple days ago, so we're going to put that into place. It's going to be my protein coffee today. I made my coffee extra weird. Pop chatters during stream. Oh, cool. I've never seen that before. I wonder if that's like a new thing they did. IG on the Twitch side. Finally in the new home. Congratulations. That's very exciting. It's always a stressful process, so I'm glad you're like through the thick of it. I just realized I didn't do my lip gloss, so you guys are gonna have to watch me put it on. I always need it. It definitely helps. Hi Blurry, welcome in. So glad you all could be here today. Hope you guys had a good Wednesday so far. Yeah, I do want to go ahead and mention it again while we're all here. Friday, I will not be streaming this week. So just keep that in mind as the time comes for those of you in the US. If you're spending time with family on the holiday, I hope you really enjoy it and get to have a safe time with your family. Noticed it last Sunday. I didn't notice it on here. I didn't see it on Monday. Can't recall. But it was kind of quiet on Monday, I feel like. Not sure you like it. Just the icons. It's different. Yeah, I don't know how you develop or accumulate the XP if it's like 5 per chat or something, how they're doing that. Pretty cool though. I mean, I like seeing different things. You won't be here either. Yeah, I hope you have a good time as well. Everybody stay safe. We got our stream deck working again, so I can actually move through my buttons. Let me make sure my audio stays up a little bit. Shout out Fern for helping me figure this thing out. Could not figure out why my stream deck stopped working a couple weeks ago, and it happened around the time that we cleaned my PC, and I didn't think it would have caused problems, but apparently I had too many USBs next to each other at one point, and so for some reason it was next to a USB that was taking too much power in the lineup, and just moving the USB to a different row fixed that. Kind of odd. Never would have thought that would have been the issue, but it's all good now. I can finally use my stream deck, which is good, because it only was causing problems with OBS open. It worked fine when OBS was closed, so the more you know. Next time I'll know that. Hi IKEA, welcome in. Welcome in, glad you're here. Going to your sister and brother-in-law's to swim and set off fireworks? That sounds like fun. My family never does a lot for 4th of July. So I'm actually spending it with my brother and his girlfriend's family. This year, we've never been big into fireworks. A majority of our, like, holidays has always been with, like, other people, or I feel like the most I remember doing is, like, sitting on our roof a couple of years ago and watching other people's fireworks from a distance. We haven't actually, like, set off our own fireworks in a really long time. I just want to be in the pool. Really, that's it. I'm like, that's my whole plan, is just float in the water and be outside, have some good food, and that's it. Just hang out with people. Heading to Brazil on Friday. That's cool. That's exciting. I've never been there. I had some friends from Brazil, but never been there myself. See how the roof ones are. LOL. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, congrats on the new house. Going through chat. Looks like everybody is having a good day so far, so glad to hear that. Glad you all can be here. Let's get some work done on this. So, I did a little bit of planning. I do need to clear out my inventory a bit. I should have done this already. I kind of wasn't even thinking about that. Usually I always like clear out my inventory after I finish streaming. Let's just drop all of this in here for now. Go there. I can go there. I'll leave this here. Just random flowers. And I don't even know why I have just random gray stained glass, but I'll take it. This is where that goes. Let's move this over here. This is all like in such a weird order right now. You go over here, you go here, and that's good enough. Dirt, you can go there. Okay. Let's see. I need to swap out these blocks over here for some stone bricks. We're gonna do that. Good day to grill, yes. Yes, I will be enjoying good old hot dogs and burgers, most likely. I feel like that's the only time of year that I actually eat hot dogs and burgers. I'm always one to go for like the hot dog over a burger though. I don't know why. I'm very picky with burgers. I like a nice thin patty. I don't really like homemade burgers too much. That's kind of, I feel like that's weird, but I like my McDonald's burgers. I'm a fiend for McDonald's. That's one of my like not guilty pleasures, but like just long time favorite like fast food meal. I feel like I have McDonald's at least once a week, which speaking of, I had McDonald's yesterday. I used to hate it. There used to be a while when I was scared of it, but I got back into it whenever I like used to have an apartment right next to McDonald's a while back. And now it's pretty regular in my life. Put your stuff. Designing where you should put your stuff in your new home. That's always my favorite part, is reorganizing everything. I love thinking of how I'm going to organize things. I lived in a big open farm, set off a ton of fireworks. Oh, it would scare the goats and horses? Oh, that's sad, but I mean, it's bound to happen. They're safe, they're protected, they'll learn. But that's always the nice part of like living out in the country. My cousins live pretty far out in the country, and we never really spend 4th of July with them, but I know that they have the ability to do all of the fun stuff when it comes to fireworks and out in the country, and not having to worry too much about like big fires and catching other things on fire, damaging things, so that's always nice. Phone dying, no charge. Oh no. That's always terrible. I have a like portable charger I try to keep on myself at all times. I don't always get the ground to charging it up. For Wendy's. I do like Wendy's. They have a ghost pepper ranch chicken sandwich that I like to get. It's pretty spicy, but I mean, can't complain. I like it. But I like, if I'm gonna get a burger, I usually go to McDonald's. If I get a Wendy's, it's always like a chicken sandwich. I'm trying to see what I had planned on doing. I worked on this a little bit ago. So I think we're changing up some of the framing, we might at least. So I might ask you guys what you think on this. So, where's my chiseled stone? We've got this one. And I think I need a slab, actually. The storage for working down this tunnel is just getting crazier and crazier each time. Every time I like do a different project, 'cause I keep having the random materials like all the cobblestone and oak from the storage room there, and then like deep slate and spruce from there. Once I get this in place, I'll actually have a storage room I can use properly, and I am ready. I need it. Okay, so where is this going? So I'm going in between these two different ways of showing the arch. We've got this one that's got more of like a gradual slope, and then that one's more of just like a 45-degree, which over here, let me see if I have it. Oh no, I think it's just the tunnel outside has more of like this kind of slope. I'm thinking I may make the switch to that. What do you guys think? I think I like the more curvy one though. Oh, this one. This. A little curvy. Freddy's is so good. I love Freddy's. Okay, so my one complaint about Freddy's is that the ones in my area, the closest they are like minimum 15 minutes. And I don't really like to sit down and eat in a lot of fast food places. Most of the time, I pick it up and bring it back home and I eat it at home. So anytime I go to Freddy's, because their fries are so thin, they're almost always cold by the time I get back. But I do love them. They're like the best. And I love the thin patties. They added something recently. It's like a grilled cheese melt. I got that for the first time. It was okay. I think I usually get a patty melt there, though. I don't get a lot of their ice cream. I have had it, but I don't get it a lot. But it is good. I like their concretes. Upper Golem. Yes, I just saw that yesterday. Very exciting. I'm excited to see what people are going to come up with when it comes to like redstone and stuff, and how to get the auto sorting system set up. Because I feel like there's going to be somebody who comes up with a cool way to address those different kinds of like problems in the storage systems that we already have. Okay, I'm realizing we need to take out this wall. This needs to get wider. So I did a little bit of planning on this in the creative world, where I basically just like restarted the digging process of this area, and I forgot that I ended up making it a little bit wider. So we're pushing, basically, we want this here, and then this here. Did this line up? Yeah, this lines up. I think we're pulling forward a bit. Okay, I see now. Yeah, we're pulling this forward. And then this needs to get wider by 2 blocks. On. Okay, basically, yeah, I think this whole wall comes out. And then this is go. Okay, I see it now. This comes out. Yeah, copper gear and tools. I'm interested to see how those end up working, because like I know it's supposed to be in between stone and iron, but like how in between? Is it gonna be basically just like the durability is in between, or is it going to have other effects? Because like in my mind, gold is almost like an intermediate material, even though it's not really. It's like it's not durable, but it's faster. So I'm wondering if it's going to be like that, if it's going to have a different other benefit. Maybe be the same durability as stone, but have some other like speed buff or something. I don't know. I'm interested to see how they change that. I'm assuming it's just going to be like straight up in between the two. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't had copper tools either up until this point. Because like the material's been in there for so long, and I feel like you might as well. Do copper tools like exist in real life? That was the one thing I was thinking of whenever I saw that. It's like, is that realistic? Is that true to life? Not that it really matters, but all I know is there's like copper piping, wiring. That's all I know of like copper that exists. I know copper wires are expensive. Pipes. This. You're gonna have to mine for copper with iron instead of stone. That's a good question. I hadn't thought about that either. But I'm assuming no. But I don't know. Is it going to be like that situation? I feel like every single time I play, I have the problem early game where I end up trying to mine something with wood. Or I try to mine iron with wood and it always drops. I know in this world I had that. It almost happened again in like a speed run I was doing once. And I feel like that's probably not going to change, but I don't know. I'm excited to hear more about it though. Copper is more realistic than wood. That's true. Yeah, I know sometimes they'll do copper, but not always. Sometimes you can have a different material. Not sure exactly what it is. But I know that, like, there are some people out there. I feel like I've heard of people stealing the copper out of really old houses and, like, reselling it. If that makes sense. I'm pretty sure I've heard of people doing that. So I think it's more of, like, a older home thing, or, like, a really... like an additional charge when you're building a home. Get copper. Okay, is that out of the way? Yes. Still that. Yeah, I feel like I've heard of that happening. Like very minimally. They go through the trashing for it. That's unfortunate. So the company I used to work for that did like various forms of remodels would work with contractors, and I remember there being one issue. My dishes just like fell over. I remember there being one issue where they specified to use copper, but the contractor didn't read it and they thought that they could get away with using something else. And then they ended up having to go back in and add in, like take out all of the wiring and piping that they did and redo it so that it had copper. I'm like, that's an expensive mistake to make. That's very unfortunate. I forgot to remember how I'm framing these. I think I'm doing an entire block of stone bricks up top. That sounds right. And then this go here. Yes. And then I think all this comes out. I did this in creative more so to just get some planning. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. Get some planning done, but I didn't really want to have to use a schematic for it. And right now I'm just kind of getting all the proportions right. But I feel like we'll be more freehanding it once we get everything in place. Yeah, I feel like I'm just waiting for the mumbo jumbo video that has to like explains all you can do with the copper golem, because I know that they're going to have some really cool purpose to it. People are going to figure out very soon. I'm excited to see what actually comes of it, because it reminds me of when they figured that you could use allays to stack or sort unstackable items, non-stackable items, unstackable, something like that. And I feel like I know that's coming, and I'm excited to see all the different ways that you can put it to use. Okay, so this goes here. I think this is right, yes. Then we're gonna do this. We need more stairs. And we've got this. Okay. Stole a catalytic converter. That sounds like not something that just like your average Joe is going to know how to remove from a school. So that's a little unusual, I feel like. I would never, I mean, who came up with that idea? Who came up with that? Server's better at conducting electricity, but more rare. I see. That makes sense. I didn't even think about using silver. That definitely would. Sounds more expensive though. They use silver in supercomputers? I had no idea. I think we'll do column here. Now that's the right width. $25,000 part alone. That, yeah, that's crazy. That's a big chunk of change just like sitting in a school. It makes a lot of sense why they need it, of course, but like that, I don't know why anybody would even come up with that idea? They must have like had knowledge of how schools were built and that they just have these expensive components sitting right there. This comes forward. Or I guess I can open this up. That's what I was gonna do. Golden lapis. Or lapis and iron. That sounds cool. Maybe someday I'll go role play as a real Minecraft character and spend some time in the mines. I think actually, how am I doing it? This way. I think I missed this. Where's the center? This. Like this, I think. I don't know. This goes up here, actually. Yeah, that'd be crazy to spend some time in the mines. Can't even imagine. Most I've done is like, there's this area where you can go search for diamonds, like dig for diamonds in Arkansas, and I did that once whenever I was a kid, when we just did like a little family vacation, and that's the closest I've gotten to like searching for a raw ore, but it was all above ground, definitely not in the mines. Oh, I think I missed this. I think this goes here. Here. Yeah, I think I'm back. Okay, so now we've got this framing over here in place. I'm gonna move this torch so it's centered. In this one, back. Yes. Okay. That's the right width now with what we were trying to work with. Heard of that place? Yeah. It was cool. I can't remember when we went. I think it was like summer. I was really young. And it was hot. That's all I remember. Is it was so hot. Extremely dangerous. That sounds about right. I don't know if I could be trusted doing those kinds of dangerous things. Okay, this is the new stair location. And I'm gonna fill this in. Found an old arrowhead. That's pretty cool. I feel like I've been around somebody who found one once when we were like camping or something. I don't know. But I can't actually say I found one myself. That's pretty nice. Coolest thing I found? 4-leaf clovers. I'm always very excited whenever I find 4-leaf clovers. I'm gonna do stairs this way. Set them back. And oh wait, no, come back here. You best believe though, if I'm around 4-leaf clovers, so like a patch of clovers, I will be searching. Do this and this, and stairs this way. Okay, so that's, wait, is that 3? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Oh, it looks like I only need to do 2 up. Maybe we'll do. So I'm gonna leave it like this for now, because we're gonna rework this back here. But that's where the framing is gonna go. I'm gonna take up this upper level, or take off the upper level of stone brick up here, because I don't need all this. Kind of a waste right now. On a rattlesnake tail. Never found one of those in real life. I feel like there's like a company that will ship them to you. Kind of, I don't know, morbid? Maybe they shouldn't be doing that. I don't know. I feel like I've seen that happen, but that's the most I know about acquiring a rattlesnake. I don't know how to get them normally. I feel like I've been around a rattlesnake once before. Long time ago. It was scary. I don't like snakes, but I don't like spiders more. Oh, I think I told you guys about the snake that was in our backyard recently. Glad we got that taken care of. But there was another snake. Where was it? It came out of like a black trash bag. Like maybe over the weekend. I think it was just a couple days ago. Another snake in the backyard. It was a small one this time. But it looked like it was just a baby. Because it seemed like it was ready to grow. Like it hadn't fully grown into its shape yet. Because it was way more like flat and oval rather than rounded. So it either was like retracted or it just hadn't finished growing. But I don't see a lot of snakes, but lately we've now seen 2 in our backyard. Rattlesnake in your flower bed last month. What did you do? did you handle it, or did you just like ignore the problem? Do you have somebody else come get it? I wouldn't do it myself. I would find somebody to take care of it. I don't want to touch them. I don't mind looking at them. I think they're cool to look at, and I'll take pictures of them. I don't want to touch them or be anywhere near them. Especially desert areas. Yeah, it seems like when I have encountered them, it's been like Texas or something. Okay, what are we doing on this side? I need to make this column again, or at least place it. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. And then we'll do, here. Left it alone. There. Actually, I think we'll go ahead and put some stone bricks up here. Seems like the right move. Before I stick a ton of torches on it that'll just break off. Black snakes around. I don't think I've seen a black snake before. We just mostly have like rat snakes and garden snakes. But now I would much rather see a snake than a spider. I hate spiders. My mom was always the opposite. She hated snakes. But I remember watching some weird National Geographic something whenever I was a kid. And I think it was like a spider in Australia. Those are scary looking. But somebody like stuck their foot in a shoe where there was already a like spider hanging out, and it bit some child. And ever since I saw that as a kid, I've never liked spiders. Traumatized me. Let's do this. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the snakes making an appearance this year. They have been quite frequent. Luckily, we don't have any issues with like scorpions here, but there was this other area that I would regularly visit, like a family's house, that always had dead scorpions around. They were more out in the country. I'm very glad we didn't have that issue. Not for me. Okay, so I think that this side we may end up turning into a storefront. Not completely set on it though, because I would want it to be carved out of like the stone and everything, but then I think it would look too much like this. And I don't want it to get confusing. So I may end up keeping it as more of like balconies or like work areas. We'll see. Or it may just be very, very transparent with lots of glass panes. but still debating what to do with that section. This is... Give me those blocks. Did I get it? Did. Going to come back a block. And I think the plan is going to be to cover up this with trapdoors. On both sides, too. The cobra by you? No thank you. I was about to say, cobras are the ones that squeeze, but no, that's a python. Cobras, I think, are just terrifying. Diamondback rattlesnakes. Ugh. No. No. I have never really had to deal with venomous snakes near my home, luckily. But if I knew that they were living outside in the area, I'd probably be a little more scared. We have a lot of black widows, but they mostly leave you alone. This time last year, I actually had a black widow living like right outside my door. And I like to think we became friends, which is funny to say. I'm like, I don't like spiders. But the black widows really just like leave you alone unless you freak them out or like threaten them. And it really did just like eat a lot of the bugs, which I was thankful for. But I remember I was really freaked out by it at first, and then I researched a little bit into it, and they're like, no, they're really not supposed to harm you as long as you don't threaten them. But I can't say the same for every spider I come into contact with. Those are just the ones that I actually can recognize and not be, or like, and know more about what to expect with them. Whereas any other snake or any other spider that I don't recognize, I'm just like, well, better be safe than sorry. And then it's dead. So messed that up. Observed from a safe distance, yes. Fair. I feel like I may redo this a little bit later, but this is what the plan is for now, to like cover up the glowstone and everything for this like transition area. Just a lot of trapdoors. They close this road to allow snakes to migrate. That's very accommodating of them. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, does that just mean there's a ton of snakes in that general area? Like, that just makes me think about what must be there the majority of the year. That's a little concerning. I'm gonna get some more stone bricks. Scorpions glow in UV lights. I don't think I knew that. That's cool. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the game Grounded, but there's going to be an update or like a new version of it coming out soon. And I feel like that might be something I'll play on stream when it comes out, because it's a pretty fun multiplayer game. It is a long game, like it's pretty much a storyline game, but it's very cool, and it's basically like you're the size of an ant and you're trying to survive in the wild and like fight a ton of bugs. Really fun game. I played it with my brother for a while. And we didn't finish it. I think he's gotten pretty close to finishing it, but when I played with him, we got decently far, but yeah, we never completed it all the way. And we're both pretty excited for the new version of the game to come out. Tens of thousands of snakes? Like, I mean, I would probably watch from a distance, but that's it. I would not even want to step foot in that area. That sounds like a nightmare fuel. No, thank you. Probably leaving so many blocks on the other side of this wall. I'll have to go get them. Yeah, we're having a little bit of stone brick poking through on the other side, but it's fine. I remember how to get up here. Get him on? Yeah, we had a couple floating in there. His unit kept a baby scorpion as a pet. Why? Did they just like observe it in a container? Let it walk around? Like let it nap on their beds with them? That's weird. That's creepy. I'd be like, get that away from me. I'd be so scared that they'd be trying to like mess around with somebody and secretly put it in their bed at night or something. That seems like something they would do in the military. We'll do a line this way. Bad mosquito problem. Mosquitoes are so annoying. They can carry so many diseases. Yeah, daddy long legs. I remember seeing a lot of those when I was younger, and then I never really had to deal with them again. And then they started that house that I mentioned that had scorpions also had a ton of daddy long legs, and they're kind of creepy. They're pretty harmless from what I remember, but they look weird. Not a fan. They fed it lizards. The poor lizards. I would rather have a lizard as a pet than a scorpion. I'm judging. Why would they do that? Whose idea was it? Was it your brother's? I need answers. No, I'd much rather have lizards as a pet. Did they at least get the scorpion like a friend or something? Or was it just like a lone scorpion that needed friendship? Useful grown. Oh no. Target practice? That's fair. I feel like I can get behind that more so than coddling and taking care of the scorpion, but interesting choice of free will for sure. Okay, so that is... I get so turned around. This is the right side, right? Yeah. This is the left side. And we've got our column in place. I need to clear this out, though. Do this one. Trying to sting enemies. That would be cool. It'd probably be hard to get them to, like, differentiate who the enemy is unless it was reactive to some sort of, like, chemical smell. Just be like, spray all the enemies and you're like, okay, attack. Release the scorpions. What a wild way to fight an enemy. This, and we need to go clear that out. And then this is gonna go here. Then this becomes stone brick. That should line up. Cool. Okay, let me build back up. We're running out of torches. Do I have any more? Torches. Why does torches sound like the wrong word? You're a torch, right? Yeah. I don't know why. That didn't sound right to me. Do I have more somewhere? I have glowstone. I feel like I have a ton somewhere that I've just been storing. What about you? There they are. Yeah, I'm ready to like properly clean up all these random shulker boxes I have everywhere from working on this project because it's getting a little excessive. I think I brought all of these ones in. So it's all just the ones in this room now. I should go ahead and grab this though. There's no need for this to sit out here right now. I'll put you here and you here. Really bored. That adds up. A katana. Katana's like a sword, right? Looking it up. That sounds cool. Yeah. Those are cool. I feel like I've seen those sell for a lot on, like, what's the pawn shop show? Pawn Stars. I was like, what is the show? I feel like I've seen some go for thousands, like vintage antique. Well, more like samurai swords. Is that the same thing? Samurai sword and katana? I don't want to be calling it the wrong thing. I'm looking up all the terminology. Broader term. I see. That's cool. That's very cool. Interesting Easter gift. We don't ever do many gifts for Easter. My family's just weird with most holidays, I feel like. We just are very chill about them. Low energy, low effort holidays in this family. That works. You go there. Not me smacking that piece of stone like I was going to be able to break it with my fist. I keep occasionally seeing this blue shulker out of the corner of my eye, and it makes me think it's like the zombie pants or something. It keeps freaking me out. I have a brief moment where I'm like, what's watching me? Who's following me? Bye-bye. There we go. Okay, let's see. We'll eventually have storage room this way, but I just wanted to get this framing. Oh, I need to do the archway at the top real quick. I forgot that part while we were up there. Let's do that. And that. There we go. That should be good. Oh, I didn't even finish doing this. Oh, wait, no, I messed it up too. And L beef. This. Right. I think it was Monday. I was like, I'm gonna get in the pool after. And, or no, maybe it was a Friday. I don't remember. Either way, there was a day recently where I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna get in the pool after stream. Well, it was pouring rain. I still got in. It was so nice. I love pool season. I love just like sitting by the pool, reading a book. I just finished reading one full book. And then I also just finished reading a book that I literally had like 20 pages left and just got bored of and never finished last year. So I don't really think I can count that, but something that's been so nice about just like sitting outside by the water, reading a book, letting the sunscreen soak in before I get in the actual water. And I feel like I just constantly want to get back in the pool. It's so nice. Like pool stream, except for I think that'd be weird. I feel like wasn't there a time whenever it was like really popular for people to do like hot tub pool streams on Twitch, and it was a big problem. I wasn't a part of like watching Twitch at that point in time, but I feel like I remember hearing stuff about that. And I probably like through Twitter. Oh, and Pawn Stars. Master Sword from Zelda. That sounds pretty cool. I've never been super into Zelda. I don't know a lot about it. Like I know very little. in comparison to like other popular game series, at least. Is that like what was Zelda played on? Is that primarily like a console like PlayStation, or was that more of like a Game Boy kind of thing? I feel like that was more Game Boy, but I could just be imagining things. Okay, let's clear this. Yeah, I don't even think my brothers played Zelda, and that's where I got like a lot of my game access from when I was growing up. That's on Nintendo consoles. I see. Nintendo. So we would play a lot of PlayStation. I don't know if we ever had a Nintendo. I'm trying to think. I had a DS, but I never had that many games on it. I remember playing Pets. It was like no Nintendogs. That's what I played on my DS. And then my siblings always had PlayStations and Game Boys. And then what was... Oh yeah, we had like the OG Game Boy back in the day. I used to play some like Looney Tunes game on it. But majority of the time, other than my DS that I had, that I did not play a lot of, all my like game exposure came from my siblings. But the reason why I wanted a DS when I got one was because my best friend had one, and she always played Nintendogs. And I think I had like Super Mario Bros. That was probably it. Can't remember what else. We're gonna put torch here. Yeah, we had a lot more like PlayStation games. Or we'd play computer games. I played a lot of computer games. Like Club Penguin. I love Club Penguin. I remember I used to like beg my parents like do some chore around the house so I could pay for a Club Penguin membership. Got that in place. We're gonna grab this. Where this was gonna go here. That goes here. This will go here. This will go here. Mess that up. And then we got block here. And we have more. Okay, good. We have more. And then 2 stairs. Okay. Now I should be able to finish most of this from down here. Screen of time. I have not heard of that before. Never heard of that one before. Is that like same style of game? You have an original Xbox? That's pretty cool. I don't think we ever had a regular Xbox. I think by the time my brothers got into Xbox, it was Xbox 360. This needs to go up here. Oh, I completely forgot about this part. But yeah, we had a PS1, a PS2, and then I think my brother had a PS4. I don't think he ever had 3. And I have a PS5. But we used to play a lot of like Guitar Hero, Rock Band. That was like a family favorite, was the Guitar Hero Rock Band series. We'd get like every single version of those. That definitely helped introduce me to a lot of that like classic music that I probably would not be familiar with if it weren't for Guitar Hero and Rock Band. And the main game that I like playing on PlayStation, or like the reason why I got a PlayStation, is because of Ratchet and Clank. I've always liked Ratchet and Clank ever since my brother showed it to me on PS2. Yeah, PS2. And then as soon as I decided to get a PlayStation, it was when I think the Rift Apart game came out, and I immediately got that and then played it, and I think I finished it within like a week. Honestly, I should replay that again just for fun. I really like that game series. Okay, We've got the framing done here. We do still need to do some of the upper framing. Let me look and see how we're handling. That's gonna match the opposite direction. And then okay, let's I think I want to go ahead and work on this part first before I work on the framing here. Framing's kind of boring. Few Nintendo, yes, and Xbox consoles. Yeah, we never had a Wii. My friends always had Wiis, so if I wanted to play one, I'd go play with friends. But we always had PlayStation. I have a Nintendo Switch now, but other than my DS, I never had another Nintendo console. And I swear, I got my DS like a month before the 3DS came out. I was so mad. I need to put some of this stone away, I think. Going the wrong way. I'm getting so turned around. I definitely need indicators on like which direction leads where. I'm gonna get a Wii or a DS. Like an older one. Have like one of the classics. Let's do this. So I need to remove a lot of the space back here, so we're just gonna dig. Let's go back. We'll go back like 3 blocks for now. 3 by 5, I think. That'll give me some room to work with. I'm gonna have more stone to add to the storage room. Never have enough. Okay. Let's do this so I can actually get a good view. You still have your DS Lite? I think I have mine. And I think it still works just fine. I remember going to like a... What's the game called? Oh no, that's not... Looking up the name of the store. Vintage Stock. I went to Vintage Stock, I remember, at some point. A handful of years later, and went and bought like a ton of used DS games. If I wanted to try it again, I would like take it on trips with me. That was pretty short-lived. But I mean, the games were like maybe $5 each at that point, so it wasn't really like I was losing a lot of money. I don't know a lot of the controversy that's going down with the new Switch, but I know that some people are very angry about it. And I'm hoping that my current Switch isn't messed up because of it. Where's 5 blocks? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's right. Sims 3 on your 360. Got the Pets version, but I got the regular version. I have never played The Sims on a console. I think, Sims 4. And I've played that on my computer. But I've never played Sims on a console. Honestly, didn't really realize that they were available. I mean, I should have known, but never looked into it. I feel like I've only ever seen people play it on. Oh, this is a problem. Only ever seen people play it on computer. So the way I had planned this, I guess it's fine. This is like one big arch, so it's a little different. We're bumping this one back and in. So it's not going to be like completely symmetrical, but it should still work just fine. So 1, 2, 3. Where's my stair? I feel like we're starting to get moments where the fact that I like messed with these both at different times and like was trying to make different designs is gonna start coming through. So I did things like completely differently on each side, just trying to figure out style and what I wanted to do. So we may have to do some tweaking later to make sure that they are cohesive. But you probably won't even be able to tell they're that different from a distance. They had Minecraft on the DS? I don't know if I knew that. I'm not surprised necessarily. But well, it seems like, when would that have been? It seems like that would have been pre-Minecraft. Unless you're talking about like the 3DS or something. Or like later. Because I feel like when I got a DS Lite, I don't even think Minecraft was out yet. Maybe I'm wrong though. I was trying to think of like timeline of everything. Need these blocks. They're hiding up here. That. And we're gonna bump this out here. Okay, so this will be fine. I was worried about like setting this back a little bit because that doesn't line up with this one, but I think it's actually fine. Switch 2 isn't that different than the original. That makes sense. I know a lot of the controversy. Like the one part that I do remember hearing was that you don't fully own the console, and that like if you try to mod it or anything that they can shut it down. I remember hearing that, and that seems a little strange to me. That's the only thing I really remember people talking about that stood out. Okay, let's remove this side too. About 3 blocks. Or we'll do 4. Yeah, I won't get one until mine dies, if anything. I don't even know if I would get one. Like, yeah, are there really any games on there that are any different? If they came out with like an Animal Crossing that only worked on the new Switch, I may get it. But I haven't heard of that being a thing. So I don't think that that's a concern. Sitting up, Larry. Well, have a great night to you as well. Glad you could be here. And happy 4th. I think I literally just heard a firework. But yeah, have a good week. Hope to see, or I hope you have a nice, peaceful, relaxing week and weekend, and stay safe. And I hope to see you next Monday when we stream again. Yeah, I think I've been hearing fireworks occasionally lately. That time of year, though. And then there's thunder. What a combo. So much gravel. I feel like I remember running into this gravel when I was working in the creative world. I'm still not completely sure how we're going to rearrange all the interior rooms and like spaces, components that I need in this storage room. We'll figure it out though. But like, I don't know if I'm gonna do walls or rooms, or if it's just gonna be like on the balcony out in the open, or if we're just gonna start digging back into the mountain a little bit. Really, we can do whatever we want though, which is this right? 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I don't really like hearing all this thunder. Freaks me out. Makes me think things are going to catch on fire. Let's go up a little bit for now and get torch up here so I can take you down. You moved coast to coast. Like, yeah, that's cool. Humidity is different. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I feel like where I'm at, it's pretty temperate. Like, we don't have an aggressive amount of humidity, but it's also not like extremely dry. We're like right in between, but it's always so hard going to like a really humid state when you're not used to it. We're gonna do, and I think this becomes that. Okay, so we push back and then it goes here. 4, 5. This goes here. Then we've got you. Or stairs, you. And there. Okay. Feel like I need to put some lanterns on these. Where'd my lanterns go? I know they're somewhere. There they are. Yeah, we're gonna have some chests going in here. Oh wait, no, I want to put these here. Not that one. We're gonna have chests going in here soon though, and I can actually start moving all this out of shulker boxes. Back in 2 weeks, G? Or to... Are you saying like today? Thank you, Velas Gaming, for the follow. Welcome in. Glad you could be here. Not affiliate yet? No, not yet. We're getting close. Let's try... I think we're gonna bump this back here and go this way. Yes. Here. Let's do that. I think that's the right depth. Okay, let me see. I've been thinking, Kuro, if you're still here, I've been thinking about the private island out there. I have to do that on a stream soon. I want to like prep it in an episode first, but I also just really want to mess around and be creative working on that. Every time I think about working on that project, I think of you. You had so many good ideas when we were talking about it that one time. Prefer barrels or chests more? I feel like I tend to use chest just because you can do double chests. I like the way barrels look better, but I feel like, yeah, I end up going for more chests because I can do them sideways and then get the double in there. Anytime I use barrels, I always am like running low on space. Okay, let's do that. We got a lot of coal back here. You know me, I always need to grab the coal. And fill this in. So this one we're gonna do like a double stair on each side. Meet in the middle. We're going to use these. Wait, no, let's push it back one. Just go back here. And go up from there. Okay. I think we're gonna go... No, we'll do 3 up on this side. We did 2 up over there, but I feel like we may go ahead and swap it to 3 up. And then this will do a 3 by 3. What is our spacing? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna at least go up 1 block, but I feel like I like the height being like 5 blocks tall. Then this way. I love little projects where I just get to carve out space to a mountain. You can basically do whatever you want on the interior without having to worry what it's gonna do to the exterior. Basically just like extensive floor planning. Okay, this side we're gonna go up. I don't remember how many blocks I want to go up. I think we want to stand on this 6th block. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think stand here. Is that right? Let's see. If I go this way, where does this take us? There we go. Yeah, that's right. Hi, Turtle. Good morning. Happy Thursday. How are you doing? Please. Holidays make you forget what day of the week it is. I feel that for sure. It's still pretty cold there. I need to go put all this stone up. Or do you still have a cold? Both. Hope you're feeling better at least. That there. I'm gonna have to go repair my pick soon. Getting low. Will be good. Okay. So this, I'm just gonna put this here for now. We're gonna meet on the other side with another staircase. Close all, or stir all this up. I'm just gonna go straight and torch it up. Don't want any accidents. Where are we at over here? So we do 1, 2, 3. Light this up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that should line up right. Then stairs start here. These go here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 here. And then 3 back. Colonel, have you been enjoying your holiday at least? Spending time with your family? Let's light this up. I always try to be like aware of how dark it is on screen for you guys, because I feel like every time I see a video on my computer that looks like a decent lighting level, anytime I see it on my phone, it always ends up looking way darker. I've been trying to keep it as bright as I can think of in here, but definitely one of the downsides of working in a cave is it does get very dark. 3. Okay. 6 teen/preteens in a house. That's a lot. That sounds like they're keeping you busy. Sure. Sounds fun though. To be the kid at least. Teen. I remember back in the day, just like I really respect now the parents who let me stay at their house whenever I was younger, like hanging out with their child, because now I'm like, what if you mess up? Like if I was the parent, like what if I put them in danger? Like what? That's so stressful. But that's just something that you never really think of when you're the kid. These days I'm just like, that's a big commitment to agree to like keep somebody's kid for them. I remember now what, or like I realize now why my parents were always adamant that they met the parent before they let me stay the night at anybody's house. I always thought it was so weird back then. I was like, why? Nobody else does that. But now I'm like, I get it. Drowning them out with headphones. I respect it. I'm sure it's much needed. Hopefully they're giving you a little bit of like entertainment though. In a good way, not an annoying way. My best friend and I used to love putting on like show was it? We would go and watch High School Musical 2 in slow-mo and learn the most random dances that were never really like taught dances. So for example, we did it's like the one in the kitchen from High School Musical 2, I remember specifically, and then when we'd be like, Mom, come watch, come record us. Love doing that. I like whole family learned all, me and my sister specifically would learn like all the High School Musical dances. She was always the boy part and I was always the girl part. I was little. Good entertainment, good. I'd like to see how much of a irritation I was to some parents when I was younger. Oh no. Almost got suffocated there. I always was the kind that like, I've always felt weird asking for things. Because I was kind of taught like not to ask for things from other people's parents really. And so I'd always go up to my friend and be like, hey, you should ask your parents. You should do this. That was the only way I knew how to like ask to do things. I think about that a lot. I understand the fear now, but also like, speak your mind, kid. Digging the tunnel? Tunnel is basically emptied out. Now for the workshop area, we got a little bit over here that we'll probably dig out, make that like a multi-story workspace. And then we got some digging to do up here. But we're getting pretty close to doing this part of the digging. Now I still need to work on the actual storefronts. Been a busy week for sure. Wait, we're gonna work on those here shortly. Excited to see them done. Didn't get to do any Minecraft yesterday, unfortunately. Usually Tuesday, Thursdays are the days I get a lot of Minecraft done. But it's just been one of those weeks. I went to my brother and sister-in-law's house to help with just stuff around the house. Since they just had a baby. And I'm still getting used to like that whole dynamic as far as like just kind of helping even if it's not asked for, because I know it can be hard when you're like in that situation to actually ask for the help. But I'm also the kind of person that like doesn't want to intrude. So I eventually was just like, hey, can I come over today? I'll do whatever you need. And I think kind of getting more comfortable doing that. But yeah, that's another thing growing up. My parents were always like, you never invite yourself over somewhere. You're not allowed to ask to come over. And feel like that's been instilled in me to this point. Stop it! This gravel! It's coming for me. All things you realize after becoming a parent. Yeah. Yeah, I respect those parents. More so now than I ever did for putting up with us. I was usually a pretty good kid. Like, most of my friends' parents didn't mind me coming over. Because I was pretty respectful as a kid. But I know that I did cause my own share of drama here and there. As most kids do. I especially respect having like a multi-child sleepover. I feel like that would stress me out so much now. But like, or having like, I had some friends where they would regularly, I would stay the night with them multiple nights, like 2 nights on the weekend. And usually I wasn't allowed to do that, but occasionally I would. And yeah, I feel like that would also stress me out as a kid, or as an adult now. Maybe once you get like used to it, but there are times that I'm like, I feel like I'd probably just be like, that's enough. Go. Heading out, IKEA. Well, thanks for hanging out. Glad you could stop by. Letting you yap. Hey, I enjoy it. I enjoy the conversation. Always. Some days streams are more quiet, some days streams are more talkative, and I appreciate both. Gremlin's laughing in the background. Just laughing in general or laughing at what I'm saying? Easy to work with good friends. Country, I'm like the same. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, there was always like a handful that were more used to me being around. Like, I do know I had one friend specifically who would always tell me that her mom like never had a problem with me coming over because I was always like very respectful and never made a mess or like caused any problems. But then I think there were some others where they're just probably like, go, you guys are staying up too late, talking too much, sleeping in too late. Like, no. It just kind of depended on what the normal dynamic was like. My like longtime best friend, the one I went to see on Saturday or Sunday, she and I would always like stay up really late playing Slenderman. We loved, or is it called just Slender? I think the game itself was called Slender. But I'm fairly certain there were some times we woke up her parents screaming at the computer. And I think that was probably the case where they're just like, you can go. But she was like my best friend ever. So we were together a lot. Heading out for the weekend, or heading out to G. Yeah, I hope you have a good weekend as well. I'll see you on Monday. Congrats on the new home. Hopefully moving is going smoothly. Do this. Where am I putting emerald? I swear there was emerald somewhere. They're not? Am I imagining things? Probably. No, there it is. I almost missed it. I'm gonna go repair my picks. It's getting kind of low. Where are we going? We go this way. Never had that as a kid. Felt it now. It's very weird. As in, like... What part do you mean? Like, playing computer games with friends late at night, or having kids who play computer games late at night? That's what I'm assuming you're referencing. Yeah, I feel like I'm way more into games now than I was whenever I was younger. All I ever wanted to do when I was younger was just play outside. I was luckily like part of that generation that still played outside quite a bit. Going to people's houses, having friends over. Yeah, I feel like it's more common now. Like, I've heard of more people these days saying that they won't let their kid go to somebody's house or like have people over. And that was like just a very common part of my childhood, was staying the night at friends' houses. So like I didn't know anybody who wasn't allowed to or like didn't go regularly. But now I feel like yeah, that's kind of become a pretty normal thing. And I can see why, because it can just be, there's a lot of scary things out there. Scary people. You never know. You can never be too safe. When play inside because you grew up outside. I played outside a lot more with my best friend. She had a lot of land that she lived on. And so we were like always outside when we were together. And then we would go like play video games at night. Oh, I should put the poppies up. We're gonna go do that. We'd play video games like at night, but we'd stay outside like on a rope swing, just like playing outside during the day. And it was always a lot of fun. But then a lot of the times, like when I was home on my own, I would end up being inside. But like usually with friends, that's when we would be outside swimming. Or even, I mean, I guess if I was home, just like with family, if I wasn't inside, I was swimming. Always in the pool. I was definitely very much into swimming all the time. But aside from that, like if I was with friends, that's when a lot of my outdoor time came out. Like a lot of my friends I was in like cheer or tumbling with. So we would spend time outside like stunting or tumbling. And that was always fun. Or we would just like hang outside, swimming, going to pools. That was always my favorite way to spend time whenever I was with friends. And then eventually, that all changed. I do still like to be outside and like swim, but that's about. I like have to have something to do if I'm outside. I can't understand just like going outside and running around and playing these days. I'm like, I used to do that all the time, but now I'm like, what are you even doing? I had one friend specifically where we would stay in the pool for hours. And just like she was the one friend I had where we would basically play mermaids. Like that wasn't a normal thing for me in most situations, but with this one friend, we would just like play by the pool. She would go get like flowers or like grass and turn them into like potions and stuff. That was always fun, and we could spend hours out there. But other than that, it was always just like playing chicken or diving for things. And now I like need things to do. I never know what to do outside. You just like stand there, scratch your head, and you're like, okay, I'm going back in now. I need my pool. But yeah, even like in the pool, if I go out there, it's usually like I start out and I'm just like, I'm cleaning it. I need something to do. I need to be like cleaning, or I need to be sometimes I go and I'll just like mow so that I have something to do outside, so that there's like, it's more refreshing whenever I actually get into the pool. But I can't just like make believe like I used to as a kid. Like I don't even know how I kept myself so entertained outside. You would just like have the most random thoughts pop into your head and you're like, okay, let's do that. I remember pretending some like tree was a doomsday shelter. I don't even know. I don't know how we came up with all these ideas, but we did. Before I like moved to where I live now, we used to live in this area with a big cul-de-sac. and like all the kids were around the same age in the area, and that was our like most fun neighborhood we ever lived in. And I just remember we were always outside playing then, but I was also still so young that like I didn't get to properly enjoy it for a lot of my life. Most of the time I spent there I was like a baby or a toddler, so I only got like a solid 1 or 2 years of enjoying that community before we moved. What am I doing? I think we're just digging still. Is that where I left off? Sounds about right. I'll put this here. Probably be holding my totem. I miss like going to the lake. I haven't gone to the lake in so long, and that used to be something that we did when I was younger. And I miss just like water skiing or jet skiing, or even just like a riding on the boat. I need to find some people who have a boat. They can take me or rent a boat. These days, the closest I get to like enjoying time outside in a lake or near a lake, which not even a lake, but the closest is like just the river. I'll go like floating on the river. It's always really nice. Very like enjoyable time. But it's not the lake. There's something just about like being outside for hours on end and then having like a nice sandwich. I feel like anytime we ever do that, whether it was on like the lake or on the river, we always would have just like a basic turkey and cheese sandwich, and it just hits different when you've just been outside cooking for hours. I want that feeling. Always the simple stuff for sure. Or when somebody like pulls out a bag of watermelon or like grapes in the summer after you've been outside for forever. Can't complain. I keep doing that. I'm pretty sure I fell out of the same opening each time. Get this. We'll just do that for now. I think I'm gonna have to take this wall out anyways, but this looks like we're almost to where we need to be. Did I finish widening? Yes. Okay, so yeah, I think this is actually right. I think I had like 3 blocks right here. Sure I'm not accidentally breaking the floor below. Okay, let's get this dirt out of view. And the coal is probably gonna be a giant vein, and I'm gonna want it all, per usual. Okay, I think that's good for now. And let's see. What's next? So, I remember how we do this. This comes up all the way here. I think we go this. I think this goes all the way up here. Yeah, this goes all the way up here. Then this goes all the way up. Then we also need to bring this up. This should be 4 blocks, yes. And then this one up. And then center here, we're going to do just 3 blocks? Yes. Okay, good. 3 chiseled stone. Hi, Fern. Welcome in. What is this emote? You always pull out the strangest emotes, and I can never tell what they are. Pot friend. Thought that was a frog. It kind of looks like a frog. How's it going, though? Fern, you need to get a boat so I can go on the lake. I was just talking about how I want to go on the lake. That's still on the purchase list. I want to rent a boat. Okay, what? Boat money? No, never. Give me a couple months, maybe. When it's cold again. This is gonna go, I think, like this. To here. You don't. RIP. Maybe next year. Where is it? Okay, so I need to put a line of... That works. Where are my stuff? I need more of the stone blocks. Stone bricks. But yeah, I want to go on the lake. I want to go water skiing. I want to go jet skiing. I want to go fishing. And I want to just feel the breeze in my hair. All the fun stuff. Where is this going? So 1, 2, 3. Here. Yeah. That works. Maybe I can convince my dad to rent it for a day. I know he misses going on the lake too. Stop it. I can't get this one. My dear feet finder kicks off. Oh goodness. Yeah, let me know how that goes. The thing is, I actually kind of believe you too. I feel like you would consider that. I need to drop that down one more. Rubber ducky? No, it doesn't count as a boat, unfortunately. I'm just gonna have to appreciate the kayaking and the rafting on the river more. Same vibes, at least. Still get to be outside in the water. But we're in that part of summer where I just think about the lake way too much. I used to have a friend who would go to the lake like every single weekend. I was always jealous. I feel like I should go ahead and just put full-on lantern here. Been kayaking in forever. So when we do like floating the river, if I'm doing a small group of people, like usually if it's just around 4 people, I like to do kayaking because it's so much faster to zip around. Whereas if you're trying to go on a raft and like paddle for 6 people, but only like 2 people are paddling, it takes forever, and then you get stuck, and then you can't get out. So in that situation, I like to kayak and stuff. I don't know where this is going. I think this goes here. Yeah, that looks right. I think we're gonna do Another one. Been playing a different soundtrack or a playlist today. Still stream beats, but just a different version of it. Okay, this is not where this goes. Excuse me. 1, 2. Try this. So I think it is actually 3s. Just make it 3. Yeah, nice. I do like kayaking though. It is an arm workout. I always have like... I'm very sore after we go kayaking. Man, the bugs have been annoying me lately. They've been everywhere. All the bugs just started coming out, along with the snakes. Need them to back off a bit. Got that green aura, as Fern says. Let me see. I think these can go here. For now. Let's break that. There's literally a gnat that's just like climbing on my screen. And it won't go away. They all just showed up the last couple days. And I don't have any like fruit for them to be drawn to. I don't know why they decided to show up. I think it's just because it got so hot. It's been so like rainy the last month or so here. Well, I'd say like now it's been 2 months now that we're in July. I feel like May it was pretty rainy here. And so everything's just like coming inside for the cool air as of the last couple weeks, and it's very annoying. I'm usually pretty good about like not leaving food sitting out. And the fruit flies have been making their way in, and I don't like it. They never like go away, where they're just constant population. Stinky green aura? No, I promise. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the cat. I'll blame the cat. No, it's not her fault. But... been a lot of gnats and like bugs lately. I think specifically my door goes directly to the outside. It's very easy for things to get in. There's no like buffer between in here and out there, and they just find their way in way too quickly. Okay, we got this. What do we want to do with this? I think we'll just throw this out. Maybe I don't know what to do here. Like that for now. May have to raise this another block, but I don't want to right now. Bugs are so bad they nearly destroyed your lavender plants. I never realized that, like, how invasive slugs can be. There are a lot of slugs in this area here every now and then, but I haven't seen too many lately. But every now and then I will see like a pretty large slug outside. I think they're very mesmerizing to look at, or like when I can walk outside and I can see where they've been, because it's like got that little rainbow hue on it on the ground. It's been a very outdoorsy, bug-filled chat conversation today we've got going on, because we started earlier with like snakes and spiders. We've been talking about, then it turned into gnats. You know, I guess that's the theme for today. I think that this is where I want it all to be as far as the framing. We will do a little bit of switch up. I just put all my stone away, so this is annoying. Where's my stone again? Where'd I put you? Give me this one. And then, how do I want to do this? I think we want to put a column here. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then probably do this. How's that look? I think we can do that for now. I may mess around with that. Let me grab some stairs. I think that should be enough. Quarter of a stack. We'll go wham bam. He's here. And then this is where we're gonna put some storage chests. So clear all this out. I'm just gonna make sure that I've got space above so that we can actually open the chest. So I want it to be these 2 blocks. So this can all come out. We can still reach those. Do this. I won't be able to reach anything up there, so we'll do that, I think. Wait, no. This here? This here, I think. Yeah, I think that works. Then I'm gonna put barrels on this bottom row, and we'll do that over here. Let me put these in first, though. Do I still have a ton of chests hanging around? I think I put them in one of these, like, random things. It's 31. I think we can make do with that. Do I have any barrels? I don't. We can make barrels. Let's use the oak to make barrels, because I don't know how much of that I need. Boop, boop, boop. I think I want 10. Let's do this. How many does that make me? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a lantern. I may actually remove this so I can put that there. And then chests. 2, 3. Oh, I messed this up. 3. Is this right? 3. 1, 2, 3. Get me out of here. Let's do ones first. I'm gonna need more chests. That's not enough. Okay. We can at least open all those. I can open this one too. I won't be able to label these ones over here though, because I can't put a sign above them. Kind of annoying. But, oh well. I'm just gonna have to let those blocks despawn back there though. And then let's do this side. 3, 4, 5. Let's get rid of this copper. 1, 2, 3. And then these will go up one other block. Yeah, we need to clear out this up here. And these go this way. Okay, so I'm gonna need a lot more. 29 more chests. Let's turn all this into chests. I don't even have enough. We're taking some of the spruce. Sorry, spruce. Hopefully I don't need you. 2, 3, 4, 5. That should make 18 or 8, I think. So we'll probably need more. Oh wait, no, I was wrong. Miscounted. Oh, I put too many in. Oops. Oh well. You go here. And you go here. I'll go this way. 3. All the way up. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how we're going to be noting what's on each chest here. Because I don't have a plan for that yet. Okay, let's see. I think that that's a majority of this side. We'll need to come in and like clean up some of this. But we got this changed to match how we wanted it. So if you recall the way we had it before, I didn't like how this column, like, we couldn't tie it into anything, but so we ended up just splitting it. I also didn't like how it was splitting the view, but now it does really separate. This one's a little more symmetrical and this one's asymmetrical. We're still working on the shape of this, but as far as like the framework, we've got all that in place, so that's good. Now we've just got to kind of clean things up some more. I do want to put some lecterns up here for handrails, but I'm not going to do that right now, I don't think. I don't think I have any on me. And I don't really want to go make some at this very moment. Let's see. What else is in here? Do I have any important stuff? Not really. I'll put this here though. Okay, so now, actually, put this up too. Now I got this one in place. I think that's like a good foundation to work with. I need to clean up this one a little bit more. We did not finish cleaning this one. Okay. We've got that. Let me take this out. I do kind of want to balance out the other side. So when I was working on this, I think I raised this one up just 2 stairs. And then we did 3 on the other. But I think that since we did 3 on the other, I want to balance them out. Because then also I can make this like a 3 wide wall. Where are my stairs? I had way more stairs in here than I realized. I'm just silly. So let's do one more here. And then this is gonna be all flooring. And then we're gonna go up this way. This, I'm just gonna go ahead and fill all this in. Don't know why you're here. I feel like that's leftover or something. Do that. And then let's take out all these stone bricks because they're not staying where they are at currently. Okay. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 here. And then 2, 3 here. Put that there for now. Go 3. We got that. We could have this like kind of open to below over here. And I feel like we may end up just using this as a storage area. Which it could just be straight up barrels. It doesn't even have to be chests, but we'll see. We may mess around with something there. Or we do need like another lava farm probably that we can incorporate somewhere in here. Just to have like easy access to lava at least. That's always like a super easy early game thing to have. We're just gonna go ahead and close all this in for now because I don't think we're gonna do anything with this. And then do all this. Like I heard you. Hold on. You're gonna do this. Let me put this back here, actually. It's definitely a lot easier to do with an axe because I don't have to worry about the fire making it teleport away like it usually does with my sword. Okay, we got that. What are we doing over here? I need to put the trapdoors in over here at some point, but I think I'm waiting till I do the interior on this one. And then this one, we'll probably just leave these stone for now. We may end up adding like paintings or something there. And then we need to probably have some form of like room back here. I think we could probably do something with like the smelting area. And then I definitely need to like section all these off and figure out what type of elements are going on each side from like our previous checklist. And then for this side, I'm probably just going to clear all that out, which we can go ahead and do that. But I do need to figure out the framing up here as well. So let me take this. I think, let's see. Got this. Let's go over. We won't want to make much deeper. I think this is probably where the wall is going to come up. That. Where's my torches? And you here. And then this whole landing. Is that right? Yeah. This landing will be 3 by 3, and then we close all this in. Shopping playlist. This one's giving me a little too much tech now. For this one. Yeah, I hadn't seen these new playlists recently. Just started going through some of them earlier today. Some pretty good ones that I didn't realize existed. Actually, let me grab the stone out of wherever I put it over here. It's everywhere, honestly. I should just go ahead and fill all this up for now. We'll add some more detailing to these walls when we are at that point. Got that. And let's close all this. Yeah, size-wise, this is changing a little bit from what it was when we were previously brainstorming. But part of that has to do with like expanding all the framing out in this open area. I think this works. Actually, I didn't even worry about this side yet. That's good. This will come up. This comes up. This one should stay here, I think. What does that give me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's good. So these are all going to be like all the way full height walls for now. Stop it. Close it for now, but I feel like that is probably gonna change. This actually lines up better now though, because I remember I was having trouble with where it was hitting at the middle of the column last time, but now it actually hits in a pretty decent spot. There's a gnat. Can I get it? I want it to leave me alone. Nope. Unfortunate. Maybe next time. Okay, and let me just go ahead and close all this off for now. I need to get rid of this dye, right? While we're... And we'll just torch it up. I think we'll probably have like little sections right here with a torch in them. Little bump outs in the wall. Then how many blocks deep do I think this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 minus 2, so like 11. I think that's pretty solid. We'll fill all this in. Gives me something to do with all this stone we've been acquiring. I need to drop all this off though. Any more in here? No. Dirt here, diorite, iron. For everything. That works. That should be enough, I think, to fill in those last 2 layers. Should be more than enough. I definitely think I grabbed a little extra. Okay, and I guess I can just okay. I'm probably gonna dig this back wall out again at some point, but not now. We'll be fine. Okay, now let's just, we'll keep a floor, but I'm gonna take in this lower section. And how far back actually are we going? We go to that corner. Fill it in. Go. There. This. And torch it. Yeah, we'll leave a little floor there so we can actually work in that space. Walk on it. I think we'll have like a dual level storage room here. Oops. Probably gonna keep doing that. Yep. Punching holes in the floor. What's new though? Let's get some light. Don't do that. And we already have way too much stone again. I do want to replace all this random material with stone, so we got a consistent look. Even though it's probably not gonna stay stone. I don't like when it's not all one smooth canvas. Makes it easier to work with, I feel like. I definitely just messed up that block back there, but we're good now. Diorite. And that's fine. Cool. Nice and clean. Fill that in. So that'll be like dual level workspace. We can do basically anything on that side. Same here. We can't go too much into the actual wall, but we can start using this as working area. I need to think of what we're actually going to put in each section. So I'm gonna grab some signs. Really shaping up? I think so too. I'm like, there's still so much to do on the rest of these like storage rooms, but I'm glad to kind of have a little outline of where stuff is going to be going at least, or give myself room to work with as we have more needs and have more things that we need to make space for. I'm very much aware of the fact that not everything is going to be able to fit into the normal storage rooms, or it's not going to be able to like be categorized in. But I think my first instinct is like, so we obviously have the storage here. I think that's gonna stay. I want to maybe put like a lava farm back here into the hill, because I'm thinking of just doing like straight up furnaces. I don't think I'm not really worried about like a super smelter. Maybe I should just do a super smelter. If that's the case, we'll put it somewhere else. But I need space, or maybe this is more like brewing. We do that. Brewing would be an option, because I need to have a space where we get the lava, but I can only go into the mountain. And like I can't go into the sides right here, and I can't really go back right here, else I mess with the like landing the staircase below. So those can only really be one block deep sections. Now, as for this side, I'm trying to think. I mean, I think I would rather do maybe super smelter up top. I feel like I don't need to be able to like immediately walk into it. I don't mind having to go up some stairs to get into it. Maybe we do like super smelter there. Just if you don't, or if you use a lot of blocks that require super smelting, or just smelting in general. Yeah, I can usually get by without it, but I feel like it wouldn't hurt to have here if this is going to be more of like a later game base. But also I could just make a full-on building for super smelting, which I kind of want to do that too. I'm in between. Maybe we just do a small furnace area in here for quick. Maybe we do that. Take this out. And eventually when I want to make a new super smelter, I will actually make a full-on building for it. Yeah, I think we could do that then. And then go back to these being like furnaces. I'll have to make sure they're not like completely ugly. Part of me wants to do like the entire wall of just furnaces, but also I may break it up with some other blocks just to add some color in. Depends on how you're going to fuel the farm. Building need more space. Yeah, I think if we do, I think I'm gonna plan on doing a full-on building for a proper like large scale super smelter that I could do many stacks of, because we do have our like automatic smelter in our other base right now, but I don't really use that too much because I don't really need to do a lot. But that's what I use whenever I'm doing a handful of stacks of items. So I could see this being maybe brewing up there. We had talked about having a area for my cats too. Maybe I do this. This would be more like bedroom, like sleeping area, and the cats on this downstairs level, because I always like to be able to get to a bed pretty quickly. And I imagine I'm probably just going to start incorporating beds down this walkway. Maybe we put like a little bench in front of these. So I may not immediately have to go here, but I do like that being on this lower level so I can at least like walk into a door and get to it pretty quickly. And we'll have some other like form of staircase to get up to the second floor. But then I think, I don't know, it seems weird though to have, I may be overthinking it, but typically you have like a kitchen on the bottom. Let's do that. Do kitchen. This is going to be set up more like a little apartment. So it's going to hold like food, food items, like meats, fruits, any type of storage that has to do with like food is going to go here. What other things did I want? Kitchen food. And then, yeah, maybe this, maybe we do still have like brewing down here. Because I don't need a lot of space for that. It's not going to be like a auto brewing system. Ooh, and I'm just realizing I did partially want to do like a dedicated redstone area where we could have auto crafters for the redstone components. And I was thinking I would do it underground. I don't think I'm ready to do it yet because I don't know exactly how much space I'm going to need. The first instinct is that we add a staircase that goes down right here. And we can have an underground redstone storage and like auto crafting area. So I didn't really know what to do with that. I thought we were just going to put chests, but that seems like a good down staircase. So I think that that is what we'll do with this area. Redstone crafters below. Hi 92, welcome in. At the cinema watching the new Jurassic Park movie. Was it good? Glad you're able to stop by while you could. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the movie. It seems very interesting from what I've seen online. So then this will become probably more bedroom. I always tend to put like armor and tool storage with bedroom because to me it's like a closet. So we'll probably just put that up here. We always need more storage for the armor and tools. Spoil it for me. Aren't you supposed to be seeing that this week or something, Fern? Or did I don't remember. I feel like you said you were going to see it soon. Maybe it was a different movie. Up here on this balcony, I don't know what I'm doing. On Saturday. Oh yeah, you said 40. I haven't seen a 40 movie in the theater like ever, but I did see that they've been doing that a lot more lately. I feel like that's just a little stressful. I know somebody said they watched How to Train Your Dragon in 40, the new one, and I don't know if they enjoyed it. I think it was a little aggressive but fun. Yeah, that sounds fun. What else did I say was going to go in this storage area? I think mostly just random stuff, which we already got that storage room over there for. Animal goods. How about this? This becomes cat balcony. And we make like little platforms and we put all our cats on it. I think that'll be fun. And I do want to put more like greenery out here. Or like little planters or something. It is kind of quiet, so I think we'll have little stalls, little stations that you can walk up to. And I don't even know if they'll store anything, but I think we could probably just have like some flowers on display. This at least gives us some storage to work with for now. And we've got a lot more to do in here to like get these locations in place. But I think that this is going to be a good area to kind of work out of and utilize as we expand in either direction and as we start to build on the other side of the tunnel. Definitely some room to grow, which is nice. That's what you need. I'll probably go through and organize some of this and label some of these just so we have a general idea where this stuff is going to go until we actually get new locations built to store a lot of these more general items like dirt and what else was there? Andesite, diorite, all the fun stuff. I feel like there's one other thing I'm missing. I do want to store ores somewhere. I don't have a place for ores. And maybe those will just go over here as well. We can also just put like a barrel wall here and kind of start to store things in the walls. I think that's going to do it for this part of the stream though. Definitely have a lot more to do on the inside, but we'll get going on that soon enough. We'll need to kind of, I feel like that's more of like an interior design type stream. This is getting the framework in for the workshop, but we will need to do like more of the interior stuff. And as usual, I'll probably do some planning on my own just to mess around and see what we end up coming up with. But that's going to be all for stream for today. Appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. No stream Friday, but I will be back live next Monday. And I hope you all have a great weekend and rest of your week. GG's. A little bit much on the S's, Fern. I respect it though. Not ready for stream to be over. I'm sorry. We gotta get some stuff done. I'm glad you could hang out while you could. Appreciate y'all being here. Anyways, I will see you on Monday.